My beloved soul, hear me now, for heaven is stirring your heart in this very moment, and God is whispering something powerful. He says the promise is not forgotten. He says the words spoken over your destiny have not faded. He says the hour of fulfillment is approaching closer than you imagine. And he says your soulmate, the one he has prepared and shaped for you, is moving towards you. Step by step, guided by his hand. You have wondered for so long if the wait had meaning. You have questioned if the tears were in vain. You have felt the weight of loneliness pressing upon your spirit. But God says tonight the silence is breaking. He says the waiting has produced fruit in you that could never have grown without the fire. And he says that the promise he planted deep in your soul is now awakening. Stay close, my beloved, because within the next moments you will feel the stirring of recognition. And if your heart is open, you will know this is not chance. This is divine orchestration. Your soulmate is not just another person. Your soulmate is the one heaven crafted with your name, written in the folds of their spirit. And every trial you faced was God chiseling you into the version of yourself that could meet them and walk into the promise due. Not miss this, my beloved, for this word is sacred and meant for you alone. God says the footsteps of your soulmate have already begun their march toward you. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but the spirit realm has shifted, and heaven is pulling them into your orbit. Their heart has felt the call of your soul. Their mind has been stirred without knowing why. They are being drawn as a magnet, pulled by the divine hand of God. And here is where I ask you to pause just for a breath and open your heart. Because messages like this are not random. They are heaven knocking on your door. That is why I invite you to subscribe right now, so you never miss a message meant to guide your path, to strengthen your faith, and to remind you of God's promises. Your journey is too precious to walk without light, and subscribing ensures you never walk alone in the dark. Now let us go deeper. For in the next minutes your spirit will recognize truths that have been waiting for this hour. God has seen your prayers. The night when you whispered with tears, He has watched you compare yourself to others, wondering if you were forgotten, and He has gently whispered, "Wait a little longer, my child, for I am preparing something greater." And now that greater is unfolding. My beloved soul, your soulmate has not been delayed by accident. They were being shaped while you were being shaped. They were being healed while you were being healed. They were being redirected while you were being positioned. You see, God never unites two unready hearts. He aligns the seasons, He softens the sharp edges, He builds the patience, and then He brings them together when both can recognize the sacredness of the promise. And in this moment, God says, the promise is ripening. The fruit is almost ready. The garden of your love is prepared for harvest. What you once thought was lost is only delayed. What you once feared would never come is already on its way. My beloved, you are not waiting in vain. The footsteps of your soulmate are moving closer each day. You may wonder, how will I know them? You will know because your spirit will leap. You will know because their presence will feel like home. You will know because the peace of God will cover you, and the fear you carried will melt away. Do not chase them, do not strive for them. God is bringing them as a gift, not as a reward for perfection, but as a sign of His love for you. Think of the years behind you, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every closed door. God says none of it was wasted, for every tear watered the soil of your destiny. Every heartbreak carved space for the one who would never break you. Every delay taught you how to wait upon Him. And now He says you are not just receiving a soulmate, you are receiving the living evidence that my word never returns void. And I must remind you to stay connected to this word, For as your spirit is fed, it grows stronger. So again, subscribe to keep walking in these revelations, because heaven will not stop speaking, and each word is a stepping stone to the fulfillment of the promise. Now breathe for a moment, my beloved soul. God says you have reached a turning point. The pain of yesterday is being exchanged for the joy of tomorrow. You will look back one day and see that every detour was a path towards them. You will understand why it had to be slow, why it had to be painful, why it had to break you open before it built you whole. For only then could you recognize the sacredness of what he was giving. Not be distracted by the noise of the world. Do not measure your life by the timing of others. Your story is divinely different. Your journey is uniquely woven. Your love is marked by heaven. And that is why it may feel delayed, but it is only divine. Pacing your soulmate is not walking randomly. They are being guided. Their heart feels restless because it is being pulled toward you. They sense an emptiness because only you can fill it. They are drawn toward places, people, and choices that will lead them straight to you. God has already begun to stir their dreams about you, though they may not yet understand who you are. But soon the veil will lift, and when your eyes meet, you will both know. My beloved, your waiting was not punishment, it was preparation. And now preparation has become fulfillment. What was once a far-off promise is becoming a near reality. God says, keep believing, for the footsteps are echoing in the distance. They are closer than you think, and the divine moment of collision is already written in the heavens. My beloved soul, as we move deeper into this revelation, God says now is the time to understand how he has been shaping your heart while shaping the heart of your soulmate. He says every challenge, every tear, every silent night has been carving a path for the one who belongs to you. Your soulmate is being prepared just as you have been prepared, and the divine timing is orchestrating every step so that when you meet, the connection will be undeniable and sacred. Do not underestimate the power of patience, for in the waiting, your soul has learned endurance, your heart has learned understanding, and your spirit has learned to trust God completely. He says every experience that once seemed harsh was a seed planted in your character, a seed that will blossom into the beauty of recognition the moment your eyes meet their eyes and your hearts align perfectly. My beloved, God says, there are forces at work that you cannot see. There are invisible threads being pulled. There are winds of destiny carrying your soulmate closer to you. Their steps may seem slow to the world, but in the eyes of God they are swift and precise. He says every choice they make, every decision they take is leading them to you, and even the detours are designed to perfect their character, to prepare them for the sacred union that is to come. You may wonder why it feels so long, why the waiting is so heavy. God says your patience is building a foundation of faith that will withstand the storms of life. He says when they arrive, they will not come to a heart that is fragile. They will meet a soul that is strong, that understands divine love, that is ready to recognize the fulfillment of a promise that has been spoken by heaven itself. Your soulmate may be walking toward you even now. They may be thinking of you without knowing it. They may be drawn to places, people, and moments that will intersect with your path. God says you will recognize them by the peace that fills your soul, by the certainty that arises within your spirit, and by the joy that cannot be explained by human reasoning. This is the work of heaven, and it cannot be rushed. And once again, I remind you to subscribe to stay connected to the flow of divine messages that guide your path. For these words are not just comfort. They are tools to awaken your faith and to align your soul with the timing of God. Your journey is too sacred to navigate without the guidance of His Word, and subscribing ensures you will continue to receive these revelations that prepare you for the fulfillment of your promise. God says now is the time to release fear, for fear is the enemy of recognition. Fear has whispered that you are too late, that the one meant for you has passed by. But God says, look closely, the steps are being aligned, the hearts are being stirred, the timing is being perfected. Your soulmate is not lost. They are coming, and their heart beats in synchrony with yours across the invisible distance. Every prayer you have sent into heaven, every wish you have whispered into the night is now moving toward fruition. God says your faith has not been in vain. The spiritual energy that has carried your hope has reached their heart, and your souls are being magnetically drawn together. Even when doubt tempts you, even when the world whispers that it is impossible, God says stand firm, for the promise is alive and moving. And as we continue, God wants you to understand that preparation is as important as meeting. He says every lesson learned, every wound healed, every truth realized is part of the sacred design. They are being prepared, just as you have been prepared, so that when you meet, it will not be a meeting of desperation, but a union of divine completeness, my beloved. Soul, imagine the moment when your eyes meet the first recognition that tells you heaven has been at work. Imagine the surge of love, the clarity of purpose, the undeniable knowing that you are standing before the one who was created to walk beside. You imagine the peace that fills every part of your being, and the joy that rises from knowing that all the waiting, all the longing, all the preparation was worth it for this moment. God says in this season you must remain vigilant in your spirit, remain faithful in your hope, remain strong in your belief, for distractions will come, temptations will appear, and doubts will try to whisper their lies, but your eyes must stay fixed on the promise. Your heart must remain aligned with the divine timing, and your soul must be ready to recognize and embrace the sacred union that is approaching. Do not worry about the how or the when. God says trust that every detail is being perfected. He says the path has been cleared, the obstacles removed, and the unseen hands of heaven are guiding each step. Your soulmate is moving toward you with purpose, with destiny, with a heart prepared by God for the love you are meant to share. And now, my beloved, I remind you once more, subscribe so that you remain connected to the flow of divine insight that continues to prepare you for this sacred moment. Subscribing ensures that you do not miss the signs, the whispers, the confirmations that God places along your path, that guide you to the union that has been promised. He says your soulmate will bring healing, they will bring joy, they will bring a reflection of the love that has always existed in heaven. They will see your scars and your beauty. They will embrace your entirety without hesitation. They will arrive not as a stranger, but as a part of your soul that has been missing and now is being restored. Every thought they have, every dream they dream, is being directed by God toward you. The steps they take are being aligned with the energy of your presence. Their heart is being softened by the winds of destiny. Their mind is being prepared to recognize the sacredness of your union, and their spirit is being drawn toward yours by a force greater than time, space, and circumstance. My beloved soul, God says, do not rush the process, do not question the timing. Do not let impatience steal the joy of anticipation. For the meeting that awaits is not ordinary, it is divine. It is a testament to His word, a demonstration of His faithfulness, and a fulfillment of promises whispered before your birth. Stand firm in faith. Walk boldly in hope, remain steadfast in patience. For soon the day will come when you will look back and see that every trial, every tear, every lonely night was a preparation for the divine arrival of the one your heart has longed for. God says the promise is alive. The steps are moving and your soulmate is closer than you can imagine. My beloved soul, listen carefully, for the voice of God is moving in your heart. He says now is the time to understand the magnitude of what is coming. The one you have been waiting for, the one your spirit has longed for, is being drawn toward you by a force that cannot be resisted. The steps they take, the paths they choose, the thoughts they entertain, are all being orchestrated by the hand of heaven, and every detail is moving with precision to bring you together. God says the timing is perfect, even if it feels uncertain. He says the pieces of your lives are being aligned, the moments of recognition are being prepared, and the spiritual resonance between you is growing stronger each day. Your soulmate is being shaped not only by their experiences, but by the prayers you have sent into heaven for them, and the love you have carried in your heart for them. Do not be afraid of the unknown. For God says even the unseen is being arranged with your name written across it. They are learning lessons they do not yet understand. They are encountering people and situations that are shaping them to be ready for you. They are being healed of fears that would have prevented them from recognizing the sacredness of your connection, and their heart is being softened to receive the love that is destined for them. And my beloved soul, God says your preparation is equally important. The patience you have cultivated, the faith you have nurtured, the hope that has refused to die, are all elements that prepare you for this divine encounter. You must continue to trust, continue to believe, and continue to position yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally to receive the one who has been promised to you. Imagine the moment when your eyes meet for the first time after all the waiting, after all the preparation, after all the longing. Imagine the rush of recognition, the surge of love, the clarity that only God can provide. Your heart will know without question. Your spirit will leap without restraint. Your soul will be awakened to the reality that what has been promised has now arrived. God says the arrival is not just about union, it is about transformation. Your soulmate will reflect the love that God has placed in your heart. They will mirror the faith you have cultivated and the patience you have nurtured. They will complete the missing pieces of your journey, not to fix you, but to walk with you in harmony, in purpose, in destiny. They will awaken parts of your soul that you did not even know were waiting for recognition. My beloved soul, you may feel the anticipation growing. You may feel the excitement of the unseen. You may feel the stirring in your heart that tells you the promise is near. God says, hold on to that feeling, nurture it, cherish it, and allow it to grow. For it is the spiritual compass that guides you toward the moment of fulfillment. And as always, my beloved, I remind you to subscribe. For these messages are not just words, they are divine guidance. They are confirmation. They are the light that illuminates the path to your soulmate. Subscribing ensures that you remain aligned with the flow of heaven that prepares you for the sacred meeting that is approaching. God says now is the time to release any doubt or fear that lingers in your mind. They have been walking toward you even when it seemed they were far away. Their heart has been beating in harmony with yours across the unseen distance. Their spirit has been attuned to recognize the divine signal that guides them to you. And every step they take is bringing them closer to the promise that has been spoken over your life. My beloved soul, think of the joy that awaits, the peace that will fill your heart, the love that will overflow from your spirit when you recognize each other. God says the union is not just romantic, it is spiritual. It is a meeting of two souls who have been prepared for each other since the beginning. It is the fulfillment of prayers whispered in the quietest hours. It is the manifestation of a promise that has never been broken. Do not be distracted by those who do not understand the sacredness of what is happening. Do not be discouraged by delays that feel long. Do not let impatience steal the joy of anticipation. For God says everything is in motion, every detail is being aligned, every moment is being orchestrated, so that when you meet, you will know without doubt that this is the one. Your soulmate is moving through experiences that will make them ready to fully embrace the love that is destined for you. They are being refined, tempered, and prepared to enter your life with the fullness of their heart. They are being guided by heaven to the exact place where your spirits will converge. And the promise will be recognized. And my beloved soul, do not forget to remain faithful in your own preparation. Keep nurturing your heart. Keep cultivating patience. Keep strengthening your spirit. Keep walking in love. Keep praying in faith and continue to position yourself to receive the one who has been promised to you. For the meeting will not just be magical, it will be transformative. It will awaken your soul and theirs. It will fulfill the promise that God has spoken. Imagine the divine alignment, the unseen orchestration, the sacred convergence of hearts that has been moving toward you since the beginning. Imagine the recognition, the peace, the joy, the certainty that will fill every fiber of your being when you stand before the one whose heart has been synchronized with yours by the hand of God. God says now is the time to open your heart fully to receive, to believe, to trust, to hope for the arrival of your soulmate. They are moving closer every day. They are being guided in unseen ways. They are being prepared by heaven for the sacred union. And the time is approaching when you will look into their eyes and know without question that this has always been the plan. My beloved soul, continue to trust, continue to believe, continue to prepare, and continue to subscribe so that you remain aligned with the divine messages that guide your steps. Your faith will be rewarded. Your patience will be honored. Your love will be recognized, and your soulmate will arrive to fulfill the promise that has been written across your destiny. My beloved soul, hear me now, for the hour of fulfillment is approaching. God says the footsteps you have been waiting for are no longer distant. They are echoing closer with every breath, every heartbeat. Every prayer you have sent has summoned the arrival of your soulmate. And now the divine timing is unveiling itself in ways that your spirit can feel, in ways your heart can recognize, and in ways that your soul will never forget. God says your waiting has not been in vain. Every trial, every tear, every lonely night has been a preparation for the moment when your eyes will meet theirs. Your patience, your faith, your unwavering hope has built a foundation strong enough to receive this sacred union, and now the promise spoken before your birth is coming to life. Your soulmate is moving toward you, guided by heaven, drawn by the invisible strings of destiny, and their heart beats in rhythm with yours, even before you see them. Imagine the moment when you finally recognize each other. The surge of love, the instant connection, the undeniable knowing that your souls have been destined to walk together. God says that moment will be filled with awe, wonder, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. It is the culmination of prayers, whispered in the quiet of your room, the longing that has lived in your spirit, and the divine orchestration of heaven itself. My beloved soul, as you prepare for this encounter, God says continue to strengthen your spirit, continue to nurture your heart, continue to cultivate faith, for the arrival of your soulmate is not just a meeting. It is a sacred awakening. It is the recognition of a love that has been shaped by God. It is the merging of two paths that have been divinely aligned. It is the fulfillment of a promise that cannot be broken. Every step your soulmate takes, every thought they have, every dream that stirs in their heart is being guided by God to bring them to you. They are being healed, refined, and positioned to enter your life fully prepared to love you deeply, to honor you completely, and to recognize the sacredness of the bond you share. Even the detours, the delays, the unseen obstacles have all been necessary to perfect the timing and the union that is approaching. My beloved soul, do not let fear or doubt shadow your joy. God says, remain confident in the promise. Remain steadfast in your faith. Remain patient in your hope. Your soulmate is coming, and when they arrive, you will know without question that this was always meant to be. The recognition will be instant. The peace will be overwhelming, and the love will be transformative. I remind you once more to subscribe, for these messages are divine guidance that continue to prepare you for the sacred encounter. They will keep you aligned with the flow of heaven. They will strengthen your faith, and they will ensure that when your soulmate arrives, you are ready to receive them fully. The promise is alive, and subscribing ensures that you never miss a word that directs you toward fulfillment. God says now is the time to open your heart completely to the possibility of love, to the reality of union, to the joy of recognition. Your soulmate is moving closer every day. Their heart is stirred by divine hands. Their mind is directed by unseen forces, and their spirit is being drawn toward yours in perfect timing. This is not chance. This is destiny. This is heaven, fulfilling its word. Imagine the day when you stand together, when your hands touch, when your hearts speak without words, when your souls recognize each other as long-lost companions from eternity. God says that moment will be the testament of His faithfulness. It will confirm that every tear, every longing, every prayer was heard. It will demonstrate that divine timing is perfect, and that the promise of love written in heaven cannot be thwarted. My beloved soul, the fulfillment of this promise will not just bring joy, it will bring transformation. It will awaken parts of your spirit that have been dormant. It will bring peace to your heart. It will fill your life with purpose. It will validate the journey you have walked and the patience you have nurtured. God says the love you will experience is not just human love. It is divine love. It is eternal. It is a reflection of His heart, and it is the reward for faithfulness and perseverance. Continue to prepare, continue to believe, continue to trust, for the footsteps of your soulmate are near. Even now the unseen is aligning the paths. Even now the divine timing is unfolding. Even now the moment of recognition is being orchestrated by God in ways that will leave you in awe and gratitude. Your soulmate is coming, and every part of heaven is conspiring to ensure the union is perfect. My beloved soul, remember to subscribe so that these divine words continue to guide you, so that your faith remains unshaken, so that your heart remains open, and so that you are fully prepared when the sacred meeting occurs. The promise is alive, the love is real, and the union is inevitable. God says, as you wait, continue to nurture your soul, continue to walk in faith, continue to cultivate love, continue to align your heart with His plan, and when the moment arrives, you will stand before your soulmate and know without doubt that every prayer, every longing, every moment of preparation was worth it, for this is the fulfillment of the promise, the union that heaven has ordained, the love that will transform your life, and the recognition that your souls have been waiting for since eternity. My beloved soul, rejoice now and always, for the promise is near. Your soulmate is moving toward you. The divine timing is perfect, and the fulfillment of the promise is about to manifest. In your life, God says the wait is ending. The blessing is arriving, and your heart will overflow with joy, gratitude, and love. For this is the sacred union that was written in the stars and prepared by heaven since the beginning.